GRN only. Okay, look at how they put the narrative. So the first you have to put in full, then you put in bracket the abbreviation notes there, then the second guna yang short form. Okay, then testing the numerical sequence. Okay, you nak check numerical sequence because you want to see there is no missing number on the GRN and the purchase order. So sebab itu to find into any missing number. So what is the objective? So this is testing. So this is the verb. Okay, ataupun kita boleh tukar juga word. Word apa nak tukar? Instead of testing. Fatin, word apa nak tukar? Verb. Kalau tak nak letak testing, okay, examine. Examine the numerical sequence. Okay, so numerical sequence of GRN. So this is the nouns, the control activities. And inquire, okay, into any missing number. So, okay, to avoid, actually to avoid the missing number. So this is the objective. So can you see how the auditor perform the test of control regarding these control activities? So maksudnya yang ni yang auditor dapat. Okay, so dia dapat from their observation, from dia punya inquiry, okay, and then they put it in the narrative notes. So when they already know what is the control activities in the company, then the auditor should perform the test to see whether these control activities is effective or not. Okay, you kena dapat jawapan ni, effective or not. So when they how perform the test of control? So when they perform the test of control, so what is the procedure? So these are all the control procedure. Okay, control procedures. Okay, control procedures first. Sebab dia ada control activity on the pre-numbered multi-part good receive notes. So you have to test. Okay, sama ada nak tengok ni effective or not. So testing the numerical sequence of GRN and inquire into any missing number to make sure that there are no overlapping of the GRN. So that is the objective, to make sure that there is no overlapping of the GRN. Testing. So kalau lah you test ni, you dah take a numerical sequence, you tengok, okay, maybe you test the sample of GRN and you test for any that you, and then you find out no missing number. So means that you can conclude that the good receive notes, okay, is completely issued. No double issuing of the GRN. Macam tu. So that is how the test of control look alike. Okay, and then for the purchase invoice. Okay, sebab kat sini dia cerita tentang good invoice are received regarding the quantity against the supplier delivery note. They are also reviewed for quality. So the review are evidence on the good received notes. So for a sample of purchase invoice, verify that they are supported by the GRN. So you nak tengok sama ada purchase invoice, okay, received, okay, are supported by the GRN and the purchase order. Okay, so if the test answer is all the tests you satisfied, then you conclude that the system is effective. So what happened, okay, if any deficiencies happen, okay, if Joe identify any breakdown, so deficiencies in the application of control, she would then need to decide whether this was an isolated or systematic error. Okay, in some instances, it may be necessary to extend the sample in order to draw a conclusion. So kalau you masih tak puas hati, you cannot see the system is effective, then you extend the sample. If not, what happened? So you have to extend the test by performing the substantive test or substantive procedures. Okay. Okay, extend by performing the substantive procedure. So because they might have the risk of material misstatement. Okay, they might have a risk of material misstatement if it is systematic error or isolated error. Okay.
Madam,
Yes.
is there a difference between isolated and systematic error?
Isolated ni it happen one. Dia berlaku sekali. But systematic error is repeating error. Repeating error. Macam sequence ni, okay, you test the numerical sequence ni. Okay, adakah dia berlaku satu sahaja from the sample that you choose? Okay, it is only deviate one. If it deviate one, so it is called isolated. Kes-kes yang terpencil, so means that the possibility to become the fraud is lesser, is low. Okay, but if it is systematic error, dia berulang. Okay, systematic error ni dia akan berulang. Adakah memang purposely ataupun mistake? So that is you have to check. That's why you have to extend some of the sample in order to draw the conclusion. Okay, boleh. Siapa tanya tadi? Amelia?
Saya.
Okay.
Mungkin dah boleh.
Am I answering the question?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Thank you. Now, any question class? So this is actually what Joe Price practice. Sebab itu I ask you to read the case study. So bila you baca case study ni, you nampak actually what the auditor do. The rest you kena baca lah, tadi dah baca kan. So any question regarding this case study? Naim, are you okay Naim?
Tengah cuba memahami.
Cuba memahami. Jangan lama-lama Cuba tu jangan lama-lama. Kena laju sebab kita tak ada banyak masa dah. Okay, so this before we go further, look at back your PowerPoint. So these are what the summary, what the auditor do just now. So they identify the control objective in the system. So to ensure that orders are only placed on once authorized and vetted to ensure that they are for business use. So what are the control activities? Order should only be raised on receipt of an authorized purchase requisition which is approved by the department manager. Okay. What is the test of control? Review a sample of order. Samples of order for evidence that the purchase requisition was authorized and the goods are for the business use. Cuba tengok test of control. These are the sample what the auditor do. Okay. If the control objective does not meet, dia tak mencapai objective, so what is the risk? An order is unauthorized and not for business use. This is the possibility that might happen. Order might not be authorized and is not ordered for the business use. So what is the possible implication? You have to think your own. What is the possible implication if the control activities is missing here? The order is not authorized and not for business use. What is the possible implication? Anyone? Possible implication. apa yang akan berlaku? What is the effect to the financial statement? Fitri? If the order is not authorized and not ordered for the business use, Fitri, what will going to happen? Fitri. Fitri, are you in class or not? Fitri, are you in class or not? Nur Insan? Dah tak ada ke dalam kelas ni? Okay. Yes. There may be fraud.
With internal control, madam.
Yes, Fitri?
With internal control.
What internal control?
Weak.
How you spell it?
WEAK.
Oh, weak. Okay, weak internal control. Okay. So I got your answer. Possible implication. Okay, yesterday on Monday, okay, look at how I write the impossible implication. So you cannot be too general in writing the impact, okay, of the risk. Okay, so means that you cannot, this is too general. There may be a fraud, there might weak internal control. Yes, this is if you not learn accounting, okay, people also will say this thing. Okay, but when you put it, okay, look at how the test of control kat sini So dia kata review a sample of orders for evidence that the purchase requisition was authorized and the goods are for business use. So this is the risk. So what happened to the financial statement? Okay, so sekarang ni you bercakap, okay, the area is the purchase. So you must relate that, okay, the purchase might be ordered from the wrong. Okay, so purchase, okay, might be ordered, okay, from the unlisted supplier and might not be used for the business. Okay. So you nampak tak difference my answer and your answer?
Nampak.
The difference you have to be specific. So because this is the what are the possible mistakes or possible risk or possible misstatement that might happen if the order is not authorized. Okay. the possibility there might be the purchase might be ordered from the unlisted supplier, sebab kita nak tengok that the supplier choose by the company is listed in the master file data. So they might choose from the unlisted supplier, or it can be ordered for their personal interest. Okay, for the business, it's not for the business use but for their personal interest. So the word might be. Okay, dia mungkin, kemungkinan akan berlaku. So berlaku ke tak berlaku kita tak tahu lagi lah until kita perform the test of control. So when you perform the test of control, okay, you identify that out of 100 sample that you choose. Okay, sample kan. 100 samples that you choose, okay, all samples are authorized. All samples are authorized. So means that the system is good. So tak adalah possibility ni berlaku. Sebab itu dia kata possible implication. Possible. You have to think skeptical. That is the word skeptical use. Okay. Based on the earlier judgment. Okay, any question? Can you see?
Madam,
Yes.
what if the implication the good purchase will not meet quality standards? Sebab barang yang meet quality standard yang kena authorize juga kan?
If the goods are not at the quality standard, so that when it happen, is it the goods is based on the ordered form? Sebab itu kena prepare what report tadi? Receiving report. Okay, normally company ada receiving report. So in the receiving report ni, okay, the person in charge, okay, will identify whether the goods received is same as the purchase order and is received with the quality or quantity required. Okay, boleh Syamina?
Boleh.
Okay. So that's why kalau kata the goods received is not in the quality and quantity as the purchase order agreed. Okay. Sebab itu purchase order tu kena authorize. So you kena return, the company should return back lah the goods. Okay, you kena the company, you as an auditor, you kena tengok the control activities. This is the control activities. So ada tak benda ni dibuat? That is activities. Benda-benda yang berlaku dalam company tu, the control happen in the company is the activities. So you have to check, okay, why that control activities exist. So dia nak capai control objective. So sebagai auditor, you kena test that control. Okay, test the control. So kalau you identify that they do not prepare checking any the goods received, dia tak ada activity tu. So means that the possibility that the goods received, okay, might be wrong or might not in the quality or quantity order. Itu possibility dia. Boleh tak Syamina?
Boleh.
Okay, so any question? So these are the some examples, so you can look at later lah when you do the exercise. So these are all start from order received. So this is the order received. That goods ordered are not received, potentially leading to the stock up. Okay, to ensure that all goods ordered are received. So these are the control activities. On receipt of the goods, the warehouse should raise a multi-part sequentially numbered good receipt note. Okay, one part of the GRN should be passed to the purchasing department and matched to the order. Okay, an unmatched order should be reviewed on a periodic basis and supplier chase. So kena kejar balik supplier ni, supplier chase. So what is your test of control? Observe the receipt of the goods into the warehouse. So kena observe, ada tak benda-benda ni berlaku? Is there any segregation of duties on the good receipt? Okay, ada tak disediakan good receipt note? Ataupun ada tak dia keluarkan GRN ni? Okay, observe the entity of the business. Verify that the GRN is matched to the order form by purchasing department. So this is segregation of duty. Purchasing department yang buat, bukan warehouse department. Okay, inquire as to the action taken where orders are unfulfilled and report from this process. Sebab you chase the supplier, okay, the company chase the supplier and you, when you come, you have to ask, inquire. So this is the procedure. Inquire as to the action taken where orders are unfulfilled and re-perform this process. So re-performance. Inquire, re-perform. Okay. So that is on good, good receipt. Next. Good invoice and recorded. So how the goods has been invoiced. Company invoice the goods. Okay. So normally when to prepare the invoice, they have to compare with the GRN and purchase order also. Okay, and sometimes they compare also with the receiving report. Okay, so when you perform the test of control, okay, for a sample of GRN, trace to the corresponding invoice and verify that the invoice has been recorded in the accounting records. Okay, so this is how you perform the test. And for the payment method, okay, of course, it must be properly authorized. Okay, you kena tengok signature on the check and so on. Okay, and then a statement received from supplier. This is supplier statement. Okay, must be reconciled monthly. And then any subsequent changes to the accounting record must be authorized. Okay, and then the test of control, inspect a sample of invoice for authorization and appropriate coding. So that are the control over the payment. And okay. Any question? If I give you the break, 5 minutes break. Okay, after this we do the question. Okay, any question class?
Not yet.
Regarding the purchase. Ada lagi tak? Soalan tak ada? If no question, then I give you 5 minutes break. After this, we do together the question on purchase.
Okay, madam.
Okay.